guess where I am? And guess who's with me? Look, we're back down at the beach and it's looking pretty cool again. This morning the clouds came over, it was black, it was so dark this morning. And now look at it. There's a few people down the beach today, so that's kind of interesting. There's probably about 20 people I can see just straight up. What I wanted to talk about today were the people here. Yeah. They won't go away. Jellyfish just are. So what I wanted to talk about today were the Filipino people. Look, I love them down here. They've been nothing but welcoming, nothing but friendly. They've always got a smile on their face. They're always happy to see you. From the day that I got here, the first day I got here, people were just extremely friendly and respectful and wanted to know who I was, wanted to know why I was there. I remember when I went to Kalampon with Emma for the first time. People there, like I was the odd one out. It was crazy. You know, people were just actively staring in the street and looking at me walking past, and I'm thinking, what's the problem? And you really noticed in Kalampon at the time that there was no real other foreigners in the area. But you can walk down the street and the people will be like, Sir, you want a beer? Sir, you want something to eat? Sir. It seems to be a way of the people here that they're friendly and giving, and they are genuinely interested in who you are and what you're doing. What you doing, bro? You tired? He's tired. Oi! You're really in his personal space there. And so then I met all of Emma's family, and everyone was really welcoming and really friendly and quite amazing to visit. So a little bit later in the video you'll see everybody that's at the house helping us and working with us. Lorena is staying with us. She's amazing. She's been with us from the beginning. Whatever business that Emma is organising or setting up, Lorena has been there to help us out, and she's like a mini Emma. And funnily enough, their birthday is on the same day, 9 years apart. Do the math, that's a lot of people that we've got just hanging around the house before even we get guests there. Talking about the Filipino people, one of the things that does get me is that apparently from a very young age, provincial Filipino people are told that they're not good enough to talk to foreigners, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But they grow up knowing that they're not good enough to talk to foreigners. There's a really big gap between the rich and the poor here. One of the big indicators of this is when you leave Manila Airport and you drive 2 kilometers. It's not even 2 kilometers, it's at the first roundabout, and across the road is the slum area. So you got these massive hotels, these beautiful, huge hotels going for blocks and blocks, and right around them is kind of like a slum area. So anyway, the people are taught that they're not good enough to speak to foreigners, they're not good enough to hang out with foreigners. I find this is really, really tough because I'm super friendly. It's a nice little respect thing, but my name's James. Call me James, I prefer it. Anyway, what I want to look at is the before and after of Unc's house. You're going to love this. As you saw in the last video, Unc's house started off just as a house that we bought, and we turned it into a pretty good business. Emma's been running everything. She's doing fantastically well. I'm now over here from Australia full time, and I've managed to get some work online, which is great. So now we're going to have a look at the before and after of Unc's house. This is how to make a bed and breakfast in the Philippines and how to make it work. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little look around the house, here at Unc's house, and then we're going to go out and catch the family having breakfast. Our lounge room needed a full refit. The windows were taken out, scraped back and repainted. We've bought new furniture all through the place. We put new doors on, new windows and built-ins. Through here is our first room. This is one of our Alona rooms. This needed to be repainted, needed to be redone, and basically we've turned it into a nice little room with TV and air conditioning in the wall. Used to be our kitchen. Have a look at this picture where they filled in the wall a little bit, put in the curve, and put in this nice little room. Great little room, air conditioning. This whole wall was replaced. Emma showed me a photo of the hole in the wall. I was astounded. Through here used to be the back door. And so we decided to put in a nice new bathroom. Out here is the backyard. New roof, new eaves. The backyard has the sewer system. We've got some plants out here to be nice, and you know, it looks really great out here now. It's still a bit messy, no one really goes out here. The water tanks are new. We've got plenty of water tanks, and we've even got gas for that. We put in new fans, new light fittings. The fittings came from Australia, funnily enough. We've got emergency lighting. The large cabinets were hand built, same with the tables. These were all hand built here. Here's another nice little room which we turned into a rental. It's great. We've recently put a hole in the wall here and made this bathroom. The bathroom's brand new, it's only a few months old. And we put a wall through the middle and put all of this up. Funnily enough, it was Emma's idea to put this screen up, and the guy that put it in builds the doors. Now, when Emma said, can we put the screen here? The guy said, why? Why would you do that? And then when he put it in, another light bulb moment, you could see him thinking about it. This is great. Up here is another large room. This is another one of our rental rooms. Actually, they're all rental rooms. What am I saying? We put the door in the corner, and now we've actually got another ensuite. So it works really well for the house. This bathroom looked like an abattoir. They had red tiles, these dark bloody red tiles. They had matching toilet and matching sink. It was, honestly, it was awful. In here is our large family room. This used to be our room. When the house was originally finished and we moved here, this was our room because it had the biggest bathroom.
I'm so glad we found these old videos and photos of the house. I mean, the great thing that we can do right now is exactly what I'm doing here and comparing what it looked like before and to now. I mean, look at this bathroom. You wouldn't want to wash in here. It was absolutely disgusting. And this is the one that we split in half. So there was 2 ensuite bathrooms for the 2 rooms.
I'm very proud about the way the house has come through. Not exactly what we had in mind, but in Philippines, you've got to take some liberties. You're not going to get exactly what you planned. So let's go outside and have a look. Out here used to just be a plain open space, and I'll show you some videos of that as well. And we turned it into this. So now we've got this nice, big, open, wide area for people to stay and love.
The house itself took around about a year to renovate and fix up, as you can see it as it is now. We just watched the video. And then the outside area took around about another 12 months to fix. It went from being this big open space to the building that you see now. Look at the huge difference. I can't even believe that we've fit all of this on the small block of land that we have. We've got new fences, we've got the payags in, the little bamboo huts, we've got a new path. And look at this little guy.
What a handsome little boy. Say hello.
Hello.
Emma's done a great job with the gardening. We have the new payags in. Notice the large building in the background. Lots of plants, lots of growth. It's very warm. It's very homely. That's why it's Unc's House Homestay.
In here is our kitchen. We built a great big open kitchen and our guests can use it. You remember the picture of the old kitchen. Now look at it, it's incredible. Honey, I'm videotaping.
I am not.
Honey, what are those berries? Babe, what are those berries? Oh. I don't know what this is, but we'll try it. It's kind of like a cherry. Yeah, sure, bro. It's a little bit like a cherry. This area here used to just be an open space, and we closed in the wall originally and built a storage area. Then we cut a hole in that and made it our reception.
So where do you go from here? Well, we went up. We built 3 very nice hotel style rooms on the top floor here. We have 3 rooms. This is the smaller room. All of the rooms come with air conditioning, brand new bathrooms, hot water, TV. They each even have bath fridges with snacks. Emma wanted to do something a little bit different and a little bit special with these rooms, so she made a couple of the rooms quite large, and they're very well appointed, but they still only sleep 2. She did all the decorations herself. This larger room is actually pretty good for a family. We've had families of 4 in here quite easily. It's nicer and it is much bigger than the other rooms.
In here, we have the bathrooms, which were the first to be built. Let's go and meet the family. I caught you all at lunch, at breakfast. This is Mano Ludi. Say hello.
Hello.
We got Joel, my nephew, Lorena, my niece, Nanai. That's Mom, Maricel. We got Richelle. We've got Kaloy. And then
Anka.
baby Anka. It's kind of lunch breakfast time here.
Vlog boss.
Kind of, yes. So you'll see yourself all on.
Oh my. Yeah. What's the name, boss?
This is everyone's eating. Anka.
Hello.
Hi.
So that's it. That's everyone here. Let's have a look. Actually, let's have a look up here through the entranceway too. So now we've got these wonderful fence and these bougainvilleas that are starting to grow over the top. We really want this to become a bit of an archway. I'll go up through here and show you the neighbours. One of the funny things about coming to Unc's house is that you have to actually walk through the neighbour's place. And there's the neighbours. So if we follow this concrete path, that'll take us right out through. So if you have a look, we're walking through someone's house. I have some good video of this, so I can put this side by side of what this used to look like. And you can see and you'll be able to see the improvements that were put here. But it's a nice little oasis. You'll also notice that that huge building up there wasn't there before. All of this was just a big open area, big open field next to us. So that's it. I wanted to start this little video by saying thank you to my new subscribers. It's great, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Thanks to my cousin Todd, Travel Bro, for advertising me on his site so I could get a few more likes. This is great, thanks guys. Hello. Guess what? I'm down the beach again, and I wanted to finish off this video with a little bit of a tribute. This gorgeous day again, and I'm not in my usual spot. Why is that? Well, check this out. there are people on the beach. Isn't that amazing? And we actually saw an aeroplane coming in. Philippines airline landed around about 5 minutes ago from that direction. Isn't that amazing? So it means that the restrictions here, the quarantine has actually lifted a little bit. Fridays and Saturdays you can go out and do pretty much whatever you like, even though we were already doing that. So it's kind of funny, but we're down the beach. It's a sensational day. It's a lovely windy. It's a bit windy. I mean, the water looks unbelievable. Few boats, few people, just a great day. What I wanted to talk about, it was something that I touched on before. My uncle helped me and Emma buy Unc's house. Now, my uncle was a great guy. He was a school teacher for most of his life and his students loved him. I really miss about my uncle, or things I love about my uncle. He really liked Lord of the Rings. And when Lord of the Rings, the first one, came out, he asked me if I'd read it, and he was astounded I hadn't read it. So I actually went into hard study mode and read the 3 books of the Lord of the Rings in pretty much about 2 weeks, just in time for the 26th of December when Lord of the Rings came out. That was great. He used to teach Lord of the Rings to all of his students. My uncle was smart and funny and definitely intelligent. He could tell you, all about trees and plants and things like that. He had a very varied background in his lifestyle. It was amazing. He's toured well around Australia. He's accepted in Aboriginal communities. It's just exciting. Like, his life was very, very interesting, and he thought it was kind of ordinary. He was a good guy, and Emma and I looked at him like a father and a friend, and he helped us out from the very beginning. Now, my uncle, as we said before, he lent us half the money to buy this place. And a couple of years ago, he was begging us to come back over to the Philippines to see the new house, because we've been talking about it and showing him photos for quite some time. And he kept asking us over and over again. He was getting a little bit angry about it. And Emma had just started a new role. I'd just started a new job, a great job. And we didn't really have time to get away. I was talking to Emma one day and I said, look, you really got to get going. You haven't been over there for a while, and you really got to take a couple of weeks off and see if you can take Uncle with you. And she finally said yes, right? What happened was, Uncle came over and he had an amazing couple of weeks. Amazing. I always joke that he touched a girl, he met a girl. She was really looking after him. One day he had his birthday, 22nd of July, which is coming very soon. And his 22nd of July, he came down to one of the resorts here and drank everything on the cocktail list. Funny story out of that. Emma's brother Manuel, they ordered margaritas. And as you all know, margaritas got a little bit of salt around it. But when Manuel drank his, he went, miss, why did you put salt on the drink? Like this, my uncle basically fell off the chair laughing. He thought it was the funniest thing he ever saw. After that, he had a great time. He came down to the beach. He had a couple of beers all the time. One thing about my uncle, whenever he drank, you would ask him how many beers did he have, and he'd always say, just had 2. We had this vodka cruiser style drink over here called Tanduay Ice, and he would drink them like lolly water. Like, he would drink 10, 15 of them quite easily. And when we asked him about that, he'd say, I've only had 2 beers. Yeah, but how many of the Tanduay Ices? They don't count. So we have a little photo of Uncle Emil. I'll show you that photo with his 2 beers sitting up in Unc's house as a little memoriam to him. And I say a memoriam because he arrived back in Sydney. He was very, very sick when he arrived back. It took around about 45 minutes to get him from the airport itself to the car itself. We got him up to Newcastle. He fell asleep in the back of the car. He was clearly very, very ill. The next morning, my mum, his 2 sisters, took him to the hospital and told us that he was quite sick. So we rushed up to see him. And I remember him last time I spoke to my uncle, he was sitting up in bed with oxygen, and he was quite chirpy and cheerful. And I lent him my Kindle, told him how to use it, and lent him my Kindle. 4 days later, he passed away with Emma and I holding his hand. We were there when passed, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life, was to let him go. And probably the second hardest thing I had to do in my life was tell his mother. All of us as a family went in, and my grandmother was suffering from dementia at the time, and we all had to go in, my family together, and we had to tell her that her son had passed away. So Unc's house is a bit of a, you know, it's in his honour, right? So let's not be sad about it. It's in his honour, and I have absolutely no doubt. At the moment, we have 8 bedrooms. I have no doubt that if my uncle was still alive today, he'd be upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and that would be his room, and we'd only have 7 rooms at Unc's house. It would be great. We miss him very much. He was a good man. So I just thought I'd tell you a little bit more about that story, a little bit more about how Unc's house came about, and why it's so important to show you the development video, which I just have shown you, to show you the development video of Unc's house and how it came about. My uncle would have loved it. He did love it. He was very excited about the place, but he would have loved what's going on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the last video. Kids are on the beach as usual. Kids are in the water as usual. They're loving it as usual. Bye guys.
Way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't
Darren, Uncle Todd.
Uncle Darren, Uncle Todd.
Hello.
Hello.
Auntie Nini.
Auntie Nini.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
Yeah, you like your bucket?
Yes.
Yeah, this is your swimming pool, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
Who's your girlfriend? Colleen? Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one you like? Okay, so goodbye.